Hey all, welcome to my garden. My name is Christy. I garden here in Zone 9B in northern central California. I'm about an hour south of the Bay Area. And this is my garden. I wanted to do something that I think everyone can relate to is when your garden and your garden spaces get a little bit out of control because life happens and kids and work schedules and all the things. And I know that's what's happened here. You know, I've just let things go. It gets hot in the summer and you don't go out and you don't weed and you don't clip back things, and it gets out of control. So I thought, why not do something, I don't know, 30-day, 60-day challenge. Every day, pick a spot in my yard to clean up, to tidy, to get back to, you know, top notch, and just work my way around this entire backyard and get it back to where it needs to be, where it used to be, where I love it to be, so it's enjoyable to come out and not a big overwhelming mess. So I'm gonna walk you around, show you the spaces, no judgment. I know everyone has these spaces. Not every yard is Instagram worthy 24/7, 365. I know for sure mine is not. We're in the late summer here, it's late August. Things are tired, things need to get pulled, you know, replanted, weeded, mowed, everything, you know, cleaned. So I'm gonna show you around and we're just gonna tackle it together, and you know, maybe everyone can, you know, chime in on what you're working on. Anyhow, I'm excited to show you, I'm excited to start, so follow along. Okay, I thought we'd start over here. Oh, it's our dog Goosey. This is our side yard. I'll spin you around and I'll walk you down there, but yeah, it's kind of just a basic side yard. Okay, so yeah, I don't know where we're gonna start. If we're gonna do, you know, just kind of go in order of this video, or if I'm just gonna pick random projects around. But anyhow, this is the side yard. We have a lilac here, blooms really pretty. A fruit tree with all these suckers that need to get trimmed. A citrus tree. I know, weird spattering of plants, but I just want to lay it all out here because this is what we're working with. You know, I just have some bark and whatever. And then you kind of enter my vegetable garden, and you can tell, been a little neglected. A couple of years ago, I got these bare root trees, and I didn't have a plan for them, so I just stuck them in here so they would have some soil. And now they are so rooted in. So once the leaves drop, I will dig them out and we'll find them a new home. But kind of coming around here, I have just a short, small garden bed against the house. And again, this is the veggie garden. I have galvanized raised beds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can tell it's just kind of gone crazy. I have best of luck with my tomatoes if I just let them go. So that's what I do. This is a berry plant, mulberry, tomatoes, and just junk. But we can walk through here actually. But yeah, I think cleaning this all up, I need to get it back to a good state, you know, a working state, because right now it's just, you can't even walk. My lawnmower cover, my pathway that you cannot even get through. These are delicious tomatoes though. I mean, if you guys don't grow, this is, which one is this? It's a snacker, but it's so, so good. This garden bed I never grew anything in this year. Just life got away. But I've got some strawberries, some peppers that are just done. And back here, I just keep junk. Lawnmower, extra pots. I have a green stalk, some chicken wire, little garden bench with just junk. I have some grapes that I'd like to tame or just completely remove. Clean all this up. Pull weeds. Just, you know, crap. More berries and artichokes, and everything's kind of, you know, end of summer, they're done. A rose plant I gotta get rid of, but you get the picture. Stuff's gotta get cleaned up and moved and gone. Next, this is kind of like my largest flower bed. I have this arbor that we built, and I would love climbing roses to go up and over. And I've kind of lashed them to this 6x6 post. That was a project I kind of did. I didn't have that recorded, but I still have to do this side. Kind of another look at the veggie beds. Swinging back over here, we just have some plants. I'd like to get rid of this rose. That needs to be scrubbed out clean. Weeding. Yeah, I'd like to get rid of this too. That's a pineapple sage. It's just, I don't know, I think it's at the end of its life. It hasn't flowered in a while. Aside from the roses, I'd like to do something on this fence. I don't know. I want to grow a hedge to kind of block the neighbor's view. They have some junkyard stuff. So I don't know, but first we got to get it cleaned up. Just a couple of random perennials and some annuals down here. It's a nectarine tree. Just got a couple other things here that need to be tidied up. You know, I got to fix a bender board and yeah, I got Playing the Blues and Mystic Spires. They look really cute. Fruit tree, and then this kind of wraps this around to our fire pit area. We built this, but you can tell I sprayed some weeds, and so they kind of need raking up. I like to pull weeds too, but sometimes it's just exhausting and it's quick to just go through and buzz them and they crisp up and I can rake them away. And sometimes I toss them in here, but yeah, I mean, we got to pull weeds and prune some things. You know, I just got a birdhouse on its side and a fig tree in a pot that I'd like to honestly probably dig out and give away. I don't have a place and they're kind of languishing in there. Same with this little miniature apple tree. It's just not living its life and I need to rehome that guy. A citrus tree I'd love to get in the ground. It's an orange tree and an annual that needs fertilizing and it needs some spray, some BT. We have a beautiful little rose here, kind of in between. And then I have a lavender hedge goes around our fire pit. And it needs to be sheared back. It's already done its first bloom and it's probably already pushing new blooms, and you know, I'm a little bit late, but it needs to get hedged back. It'll keep the size in check. And we have a maple tree. It's already kind of changing color with some society garlic and some annuals. All need cleaning up. Same over here. You can really tell it needs to be hedged. We got a little kitty. Khaki baby. So that's that. A couple potted things, you know, just pull the weeds and trim them up, and you know, that's it. Some squirrels fighting. And then we have these two raised beds that I just put here, and we have a pink bubblegum, a Supertunia Vista, and believe it or not, that's from last year. I had it planted over here, wasn't doing so hot, and so in the wintertime I moved it, and I've just been fertilizing it, and it just keeps coming back and coming. It's a little bit, you know, kind of lulling right now with the heat, but I think if I give it some fertilizer, it'll be good to go. And I have a couple dahlias and some zinnias and iris, and then yeah, just a citrus tree. Could use some cleaning up from the annuals and the yeah, some annuals and a citrus tree needs fertilizing and cleaning, and zinnias and more iris. And this is probably a project I'll do first. It's a limelight tree. So I want to clean these iris up. They need to be cut back. They need to be groomed. They've already bloomed, and they're kind of in their lulling time, and they look not great. So that might be our first project, is cleaning all this up, cutting it back, weeding this bed, and yeah, just tidying up. But you can tell I have a few annuals that didn't make it. Just some more annuals need cut back, fertilized. Story of my life. And then we have this bed over here. We have a big aspen tree. You can hear it going in the wind probably. And yeah, rose tree and some verbena, and I have a little wine barrel pond back here with a couple goldfish, and just a random smattering of plants that all need some love. And this gara needs to be cut back, and you know, I have a pomegranate tree that was in that pot, and it had grown a root through the hole into the ground. You can actually see another one sprouting, and it was loving life. And then I don't know if it got heavy and the wind knocked it over, broke the root, and now the tree's dying in that pot. So it's a goner, which is sad, because It had loads of pomegranates, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, anyways, I like to clean all these weeds up, bury this, kind of clean this little, this goes towards our next side yard with our chicken coop, but I have 2 apple trees, some iris, and kufia. I have this kufia here on this slope, and there's some zinnias, and you can tell there's just, I had started this a few years ago, kind of a paver rock wall situation, but yeah, it's just kind of a little bit of support to the hillside for these plants. But there's tons of weeds and some old chicken wire, and we just gotta clean it up. And then this leads to our chicken coop, and you can tell she is dirty. Story of, you know, the theme of this video in this series. But there's some chickens. I have a couple young poults that I just put out, and some of my bigger girls, and they get this whole hillside. And I also have a couple rabbits. But yeah, it'd be nice to clean this up, wash the coop, clean up all the stuff kind of down here on the bottom of the hillside. But look at these new girls here. If you're a chicken person, we have some chocolate Orpington, some cochin. I have a zombie chicken, and there's a couple more. They're back there. But turning back this way, yeah, kind of an over, you can kind of see. This leads to our patio off of our living room, and that's our bedroom there. But I just have some potted Japanese maple succulents. Again, need some love, and yeah, I want to clean up all this. I want to, you know, I love these big deck boxes, but the mice also love them, and it's just gross. So I'd like to clean it out, wash everything off, you know, go back to using it for functional storage. And then we just kind of have our table, which is a catch-all. I'm sure lots of you understand that. So clean all that stuff up and put the kitty food away. Over here we have more chicks. I have some pullets that I'm raising. Some cuties. So that's kind of their supplies, but again, clean it up. Here's a little kitty house I made. We have a couple outdoor garden kitties. So this is where they have their beds. And I keep their food in here too, but of course the ants got to it, so we're not using it. But anyhow, I just would like to clean this whole area up, you know, get it back to tidy. I think we all can relate. Things happen, and you know, you just, yeah, your garden gets a little out of control. One little chickie here, she needs a little extra help with the eating, so we have her separated. Some succulents I kind of wanted to take over here, and yeah, now we're kind of back. I have vinca, some bindweed I need to pull out, but anyhow, that's kind of the garden, and I just thought I would give you guys, you know, just an overview of everything that's going on out here, and an honest, you know, starting point of what we're working with here out here. Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed, you know. My yard just kind of got a little bit crazy, a little bit out of control, but I think we're gonna, you know, every day we'll spend some time and we will get it back in shape. I don't think I showed this side yard super well, but I know I told you a couple of my misfit trees. But I have 2 very large apricot trees. They're only a couple years old, and they're just, I mean, you could tell. They're past my roof, and they're on my neighbor's yard. So I got to trim those. But I planted them there for some privacy because this is our bathroom, and the neighbor's yard, you can tell, has a retaining wall, and their yard sits up, so they can totally see right over the fence. So that's why I put those there, but they've just gotten out of hand, so they need to get cut back. I have some cactus. Don't even ask me why I have that, but I want to cut that out, remove it. There's a second apricot. It's a Tilton. This is a Blenheim. Yeah, I didn't get all the fruit off of it. Hey, don't eat that. Hey, little fruit stealer. And then I have another cactus. Just massive. It's gotta go. It's gotta go, and it has scale, and yeah, I've just gotta get it. I've gotta cut it, get rid of it. And then your typical side yard stuff. an old hose reel which can go, and you know, I keep some dog crate and a Christmas tree stand and miscellaneous wires, and this was a garden bench I was building and I just kind of let it go, but it holds some random items. Yeah, buckets, trash can, you know, this stuff. But anyhow, I think this will be a project we tackle too, just straighten it up, clean it up, maybe pressure wash it, you know, at the end, but yeah. But anyhow, I wanted to just give you a walk around the garden so you could see what it looked like. A good starting point, you know, I think, I don't know, maybe 30 days or something, and every day I'll tackle one item and we'll just knock it out and we'll get it cleaned up and we'll get it back to where it's supposed to be. And every day, yeah, we keep chugging along, and I think little and often, you know, do every day, do a little something and just get it, you know, get it going and keep it maintained, because it's hard when, you know, things get out of control and, you know, they just get out of hand and you lose track, and yeah. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour, and I think we're going to jump into our first project here, which I think should be cleaning up those irises. I have a couple more varieties that I'd like to plant that I ordered from Schreiner's Garden online, actually it was probably last fall, and they just arrived, so they're ready to get planted, and I'm excited to show them to you. And yeah, anyhow, thanks for following along. Hey there. We're gonna cut back these bearded iris today. I got a bunch of them. They've been in here for about 2 years, and they're just they're done for the season, you know. They got lots of this stuff just coming right off, so I'm gonna clear them off, I'm gonna cut them back, weed the bed, and I got a couple new varieties I'd like to plant. So let's go. I'm just gonna start by grabbing all the loose stuff out of here. Lots of old loose stuff. A bunch of grass in here too. I'll pull that out after. Okay, I think it's looking a lot better. Trimmed it up. Let's see, going this way. Got it all trimmed up, pulled what I could. Kind of goes from here all the way down. It looks good. I'm going to give it a little rinse just to kind of knock any of the dust off. And then this section of iris is done. I have a couple other little pockets that I thought maybe we could trim those back as well while I'm here. There's a little clump right there and some I just left the hose on. I just left the freaking hose on. Here the iris are. I got them from Shriner's Iris Gardens. It's an online place. I've ordered from them a couple times before, and they're always really beautiful, and they come packaged really nice. I got these maybe like 10 days ago, so they've been sitting for a little bit, but I'll show you the varieties. Come with this nice care booklet. It has a lot of good info. First one, Easter Candy, gets 37 inches tall. That's pretty tall, but nice big roots. Okay, this one is big. Discovered Treasure. It's kind of like a purpley pink, really cute. 38 inches tall. It's a big one too. Yeah. This one looks good. The newspaper. Okay, and then this is the one I'm most excited about. I've been trying to get these for a couple years, but they have like this variegated. Let me try to get it all. Yeah, it's like this white, silver, and green, and it's so pretty. I saw a big stretch of these in Monterey, and I haven't stopped thinking about them for like 3 years. So I'm finally getting some. I got 2 because I want to do a big hedge somewhere. But I mean, aren't those so pretty? Yeah, and they have like a light purple flower, but then they're just gonna be pretty all year long. And pretty tall, 234. So you figure if they were here, you know, they bloom purple, really pretty, and then they're just going to be green and white for a long period of time, and I think that would just be so pretty. And you know, iris multiply really fast, so I got 2 of them just to get me started, and that was it. We'll get those planted at some point. But yeah, Shriners, I see them advertised all the time, you know, on Instagram and Facebook, but I've had really good success with them. Give them a try. Okay, y'all, I think that's where I'm going to call it for today. So I got the iris trimmed out. I blew it all out with the blower. I'll hit it with the hose. I even trimmed some of the iris over here. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. I know it's not a big project, but it's something that needed to get done, and I haven't done it, and it checks it off my to-do list. Yeah, but I'll be back tomorrow with another project. Stay tuned.